thank you for being willing to come take care of the chickens while I'm gone. And so I thought I would make this video to show you some things that might be different now than when you've done it in the past. So these are the meat chickens, and they need new food and water every day because there are so many of them and they are eating a lot of food, and so they need a refill every day. Also, they have to be moved every day because 15 chickens makes a big mess. Also, did you hear that? They are roosters and they're starting to crow. So I am moving them across to get them away from the houses because I anticipate that I'm going to have some drama before it's freezer camp day. All right, so here we go. See how empty the feeder is? And I refilled it yesterday. I refill it every day. Water too, refilled every day. All right, now there's 3 different kinds of chicken feed in here right now. And so there's 2 buckets. The far bucket is the feed for the meat chickens. The blue and green laying, you know, smaller hens, and the regular chicken feed is all here. The meat chicken feed is here. Obviously with it being August, it's really important to remember to make it to where they can get to the water, because they will die if they don't have water. I put that chair near that coop to cast more shadow on the coop, so I try and put it where I think the sun is going to be coming, so it'll just give them the most shade that I can. In the white coop, which is still the hardest one to move, I put a pair of gloves because I noticed that this pinky finger was constantly getting eaten up, and it's from the way you grab the chain. It was getting pinched and I was having cuts on my finger all the time, and I finally figured out that's what was doing it. So that's why these gloves are on the white coop. Only 2 eggs in the white coop today. They're making a good case for going to freezer camp. This is empty. I'm refilling all the waters and the feeders, so hopefully it'll be easier on y'all. Six eggs from the blue coop today. Most days I'm getting 5. And 2 from the fancy coop. I get either 2 or 3 from this coop. Okay, so we already did the meat chickens. I did all 3 of the layer coops, just like they always have been. You just make sure they have food, water, move them if you can. The fancy coop with only 3 chickens in it, I seriously only move that like every other day or every 3rd day because there's only 3 chickens in there. So there's that. Now, next is this big coop that has the blue and green layers. So that I only generally move every other day, but I'm starting to move it every day just because I figured out a way that it is so easy to move it. So let me show you. All right, so the first thing is we've got to get everything out of the coop. So move that brick out of the way. Make very sure you don't misplace this. This I just filled in yesterday. It's still got over 4 gallons, so I'm not gonna refill this today. This needs to be refilled. I don't generally have to refill this every day. These guys have don't eat as much feed as the meat chickens. Aren't they pretty? You want to splash the icky water out of the drinking trough because it's gross. Okay, get all the stuff out of this. Close the door. All right, now, this is the chick lift. To engage it, all you do is you just step on this. And you see how this gets caught behind that? So that's how you engage that. All right, in my opinion, with the chick lift engaged and the pipes put under the corners, this is the easiest to move coop. It's easier than the blue coop, it's easier than the fancy coop. So here we go. Now, when one of the pipes gets out from under the coop, you have to put it back under because it gets hard again if even one pipe falls out. This end of the coop is really light. It's really easy to pick up. So no problem. And there, they're on completely new ground. Easy as pie. All right, back in the building here. The feed for them is in this bucket. There are 2 bags in this bucket. This one is for the layers. This one is for the chicks in the new coop. I only have 1 scoop, so I always leave it on top of the bucket rather than inside of it, because that way I don't have to look for it when I come back in. Here's where I have some buckets to gather eggs if you want to use them. The soaked feed, if you want to do soaked feed, that's great. There's probably half a bucket in there. I've been doing it like every other day in the summer. The soaked feed is a little bit of a different deal than it is in the winter because it grows some wonderful black soldier fly larvae. So there's that. So They just know that they'll go through the dry food faster without the wet food, so keep an eye on that.